Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Colt Single Action Army mod, which is being made by user Totally Not Toasty Fresh. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is, well, the Colt Single Action Army Revolver, which I've been having a load of fun with here in the game for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, it is of course a real-world historic gun, and I'm always a sucker for those, but on top of that, it is a revolver, and I think we need more revolvers in this game. And finally, and quite possibly most importantly of all, we've seen this gun previously in the franchise. Technically, back in Fallout New Vegas, the 357 Revolver was based off of the Colt Single Action Army, so it's nice seeing the real thing being added in here by modders. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what we do get with the most basic version of the Single Action Revolver, which at the baseline will do 66 damage with a 44 round with a firing rate of 6, range of 107, accuracy of 64 for a fairly hefty weight of 5.8. And as you can see here, this thing is magnificent looking. It is gorgeous. Both the modeling and texturing on this thing is pretty darn good. I love everything about it. Loads of great little details, including the engraving right there along the barrel. It is pretty nice. And we do have a decent selection of modifications, though the one kind of complaint I have with that is that almost every modification is aesthetic. I'll talk more about that here in a little bit, but yeah, it's mostly just to change the looks. There's only one category that will actually change stats. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these lovely things, well, it's pretty simple. Starting at level 8, you will find these around the world on triggermen as well as in gun vendors, so it won't be too hard for you to get. Now, you may notice another slight little minor detail that, honestly, we've seen with a number of revolver mods in the past, so I really don't think much of it anymore. But whenever the model is on the ground and not in your hand or an enemy's, well, the cylinders popped out for whatever reason. I don't know why that is, but we've seen that with a number of weapon mods, so, yeah, like I said, I kind of ignored it at this point. But yeah, most of the time, it's right here, so, you know, it looks good. Now, I do also need to mention something that technically isn't required, but is a highly recommended mod, and that is bullet-counted reloads. Right now, if you don't have that mod installed, if you fire one shot and reload, you're going to reload all 6 bullets. With bullet-counted reload, though, look at that, I only reloaded 1. It's a wonderful mod that, frankly, shouldn't even have had to be a mod. That should just be in the base game, but oh well, what are you gonna do? So let's head over here to the weapon workbench and have a look at what we do get for our different modifications here, starting with the receiver category, which you'd think would be the one category that changes stats, but nope, this one's all aesthetics. Every single thing in here is aesthetics. Technically, you do have the option, stat-wise, to change this from a 44 down to a much less damaging 38. So, you know, if you got just loads of 38 lying around, you can do that. It is much weaker, though, going from that 66 damage down to 19. So, yeah, a big drop there. Other than that, all the other receivers in here are purely aesthetic. That's it. They're going to change the cylinder as well as the main receiver part of the revolver here. For instance, you know, look at this one here, the standard Magnum receiver. It has a cylinder with these fluted bits and a nice rounded receiver there with nice curves all over the place. But then we go to this modern hunting receiver. Well, now the cylinder is smooth without any flutes, and the receiver has a lot more straight edges. And yeah, it's all of these different receivers. The modern receiver has the same sort of straight lines, but with the fluted cylinder. And so yeah, everything is just aesthetics, with the exception of rechambering it to 38. Now, the barrel category, is the one category that will change stats. You start with the baseline of the 4 3/4 inch barrel, which gives you those standard stats. Now with the 5.5 inch barrel, we're going to get more damage, more range, and more accuracy. And if we go to the 7.5 inch barrel, it's even better, bringing the 44 up to a max baseline of damage of 93. Now remember, this is a level 1 character without any perks. So with any perks that you have for upping damage of pistols, etc., we'll bring that up even better, making this a pretty usable gun into the late mid and even late game, I'd say, which is pretty nice considering you can find it all the way down at level 8. So that's pretty darn cool. And after that, we have the grip category, which is just aesthetic. You either have the Longhorn Bone Grip, a Rosewood Grip, or a Walnut Wood Grip, all quite nice. And finally, we have the frame metal, either the standard blued steel. We can also get nickel-plated or just a regular steel frame for you to choose from. And that's pretty neat. So yeah, a lot of good aesthetic options here, and the barrel really being the big game changer stat-wise. So let us go on over here, and actually I'm going to grab one of the ones I made earlier that's, you know, max damage. Don't need to grab the other because it's basically the same, just with different textures. And let's take a look at this thing in action. And let's take some shots. And there we go. Nice, smooth reload animation. I do like that as you spin the cylinder, you do have the previous casing falling out. I do like, you know, just the smoothness of it all, which is quite good. Now, it sounds like it's using just sort of same old baseline sounds here, which is not a bad thing. A lot of gun mods do use that. But yeah, overall, it's just very nicely made on the gun in general. Now, of course, it is a very slow gun. You're never going to be winning any quick fire contest with it, but with its power that it can get up to, yeah, you know what, doesn't really make much of a difference. Now, as for firing-wise, and also modification-wise, I do wish we could change up the sights on this thing. I didn't see anything on the mod page about that possibly coming down the road, so I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not, but I would love to see, like, even if it was some more accurate, or rather more visible iron sights, because like with most iron sights, depending on the brightness, it can very easily get lost in the background, which is unfortunate. So just at least a glow sight or something on there would be pretty nice. Now let's grab the advanced one with the 93 damage. And with the different receiver, it actually does change up the iron sights a bit, but still, you have the same issue of just different color of background. And you'll get that with the other different receivers there too. They will change up the sights a little bit, but they all still have the same old problem of, well, the iron sight getting lost in the background color. Though this background color seems to be more for getting lost in the dark rather than the light, which, hey, you know, one way or the other to go. Now, that means it's time to, of course, bring up our new test subject of Deathclaw. Oh boy, let's see how well this goes. I'm already just gonna run and go to the stage. Now, it's a pretty powerful gun at 93 damage, but it's also super slow, so, oh god, he made it up here with me. Oh, he rarely does that. So this might take a little bit to actually kill him. Actually, you know what? We're not doing too bad. We've gotten some good shots on him. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on. I need you to come back here, please. Oh, he's a-running. Oh, he's stuck a little bit, and I'm missing. All right, let's get on the soft side of the underbelly. Lovely. Lovely. Oh, time to reload. Oh, that was a good shot on him. We may be good. We may be good. Let's get these last 6 shots on him. Oh, God. He's close. And I'm crippled. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Die, Deathclaw. Die. Oh, I think he's gonna get me. Okay, you know what? Yeah, Stimpaks, because he will definitely get me there. Okay, and he got me. Hey, and perfect timing on the song, too, with that. So, yeah, very good on the damage. Not so much on the speed. Another reason I wish there were some more sight options to make it a little bit more useful at range. But all in all, though, this is still quite a fun little mod, and I do love seeing both historic weapons being added in, but also some fun revolvers, as they are sorely lacking in my opinion. So if you'd like to check out this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed, and you do come back for the next, but until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.